So please attend this class so that it will be useful for you. So now coming to the topic. Okay, now coming to the topic, which I was saying, as I was saying, see, the book will actually vary from topic to topic. That is why, for example, maybe sometimes the book will not be given, but it is a basic book for quality. For quality, if you happen to see, I would suggest Lakshmikant. The recent, any recent edition is very good, but I would also want you to refer a little, not in the full book, little about Bakshi. Okay, only certain articles, that is certain articles, just to look at them. Looking at them just once will give you a higher understanding. For example, I'll tell you an example which is going on about the NEET issue. In the NEET issue, it is about whether the governor should sign the bill that has been sent or not is an issue. See, this issue will be in Lakshmikant. Okay, well and good. But what I would suggest for you is that, what I would suggest for you is that just have a look at Article 200. Once, see, don't read and get complicated, because now it is not the time for getting complicated, but just one look at Article 200 will give you a higher understanding of that topic. What is the problem between the state government and the governor means, you will understand. So what I am referring here is Lakshmikant and Bakshi. And for today's topic, so for example, today, if you see the syllabus, that is what the syllabus will be clearly given, and the syllabus will be listed very well in a scientific way. So today we will see the historical underpinnings of the Constitution. The historical underpinnings, what and all you have to see, and things like that we will see. But for this, Lakshmikant plus your Spectrum book. Okay, Spectrum Modern India book. Okay, Spectrum, you can check that book. Spectrum Modern India and Lakshmikant will be enough for this historical understanding of the Constitution. Historical understanding means from the 1773 Act, okay, what, till 1935, Act of 1935. Which is very, very important. You can add 1947 also, but that can be included in some other portion. But basically, historical understanding. Okay, historical understanding of the Constitution means from 1773 to 1935. These acts and the provisions, you don't have to look into very deep things about what these things are and how these things are. Rather, think about the basic things which are there in this book called as Lakshmikant, and it is also there in Spectrum. Today we will start with that. Let us see. It will be a that is what the sessions should not be extending too large, so that it takes away all your time. The sessions should be precise and concise. So I'll make it in a very precise manner. But we will elaborately, or we will deal with all these things. And I will, how this is going to be proceeding is that I will tell you these things and I will tell the nuances in these things. See, in all these things, so for example, the historical underpinnings of the Constitution, what are the nuances that you should look for? What things that you should look for in 1935 Act and things like that. So, but your job, so what your job is will be, you have to go read that. This is the point. You have to go read that and then you come back with the doubts which you have, and that is how this will work. If you don't go back and you don't see in these nuances, it will become difficult. So whatever we are going to study, please go back and check in all these the books that I have referred, Lakshmikant, Bakshi, initial or Spectrum initial chapters, and then we will start with then you will understand what and all are important, how it is important, and how to study and everything. Now we will go to the topics directly. Okay. Is the PPT visible? PPT, is it visible? Is it visible? And if I am writing here, Okay, in the pen, this pen, is this pen visible? So this is visible, right? This pen. Board. I have switched to this. What is that? Okay. So board I have switched to. Now I'll use the PPT and I'll say, but this is the pen I'm going to use. I think this will be visible, and we'll go ahead with that. Okay, la. Okay. So see, the point is that don't. This is the point. Don't just follow or think about what I am saying. Now I will give you a picture, but you should also go back and check each and every detail. That is how this will work. So going to the topic of historical underpinning. So it starts with this. So for example, see here. See, how do you study all these things means it should start from that 17. So if you see the top corner, 1773 Act, then 1784, then 1813, 1833. All these are in your Lakshmikant book. Okay, all these are there in Lakshmikant book, and all these are there in your Spectrum book. But you should have an understanding. Starting with this is the starting 1773, 1784, 1813, 1833, and for example 1833, and then 1853, 1858, 1861, 1892. Then these three acts. Okay, well, take this from me. If you are going inside the prelims hall, okay, well, if you are going inside the prelims hall without reading 1909, 1919, 1935, do not go inside the hall. Without reading these three acts, these three historical acts, you should not enter the prelims hall. So now what? Now fast up. See, that is the point. Now you have to work with me. Okay, work with me, and I will start telling you the nuances. I should not see. That is the point. If I start explaining everything, I cannot complete it. But our job is to look at all these nuances. Now, for example, if you see the starting, now we'll start with the first thing, the Regulating Act of 1773. The first act. See, the name of the initially what preliminary examination used to concentrate, or before 2010 and all, if you see the preliminary examination question paper, it will concentrate on names and things like that. So that is why I have had this name. That is the first Governor General. Who was the first? It was at that time before 2010 and all, who was the first Governor General. But now it has become more of this contextual understanding. So you should understand that now Governor General of Bengal. See, that is the point. Governor General of, so at that time they don't have Governor General of India. It is Governor General of Bengal. This is the nuance you should see. Governor General of Bengal, and there will be three provinces, one Bengal, then Bombay, then Madras. So let us assume that. So the head of the Bengal, that person was Governor General of Bengal, but the other two, were subordinate. So this point you should understand. Next, if you see, Governor General of Bengal had something called as Executive Council. And if you happen to see, there is nothing. Okay, PPT isn't, sorry. Okay, so PPT that is the Regulating Act. Is it visible? Regulating Act. Regulating Act on the first slide, it should be visible. That is Regulating Act of 1773. Okay. Please do check it, because if some I'll keep explaining. So if it is not there, please do tell me. Okay. So I'll start. So I'm starting with this Regulating Act, the Regulating Act 1773, and then Fits India Act. So first, for example, see this. This is the executive. So Governor General of Bengal under Regulating Act 1773. The Executive Council. So Executive Council. See this, and again see here. This number and all was before 2010. They used to ask this question. So. That is the point. There has been a drastic change. Now what you should understand is that this is an executive council. This is not about legislation. You understand this point. There is a difference between executive and parliament. So regulating act means executive council. Next point is that this is simple. So the company, so once at that time the company was or the affairs of the company should be given to the British government. The starting. Okay. Next is this 1784, this Pitt's India Act, and now it is your job. So now it is your job to see who is this Pitt. Or who was this Pitt? So you have to go back and check who was this. Why is it named Pitt's India Act? Please go check it. Okay. Now the point is that again, it is Governor General of India, sorry, Bengal. And see, again, this was a question, this was a question before 2010. They used to ask this question repeatedly before. So, Executive Council were 4 members in 1773. They were reduced to 3 in 1784. This question used to be repeated often, but that is what now UPSC does not do all these things. They are not caring about all these numbers. Now they are thinking about governance. For example, how in 1784 the governance is changing. It is a dual government. This is what you should note. So in 1784, they are bringing in something called as dual government. What is this dual government? There is a board of control and court of directors. Court of directors is for the company. This is the point. Court of directors will be commercial. The other thing will be board of control, and there will be this is all, if you see, all these are British Parliament members or British cabinet or involved in the governance of the British. So there will be a board of control headed by British, court of directors headed by the company. Company will take care of the commercial thing. These people will be responsible for administration. So there will be a dual government. This is very, very important in 1784. Then come to this 1813 Act. 1813 Act, this is very important. In 18, so slowly the transition happened. If you happen to see in 1813, the monopoly, this is the point. This was the prelims question. So this is the prelims question. So you should see, this is UPSC has gone to this way only. UPSC is asking contextual based question. So monopoly, if you see, till 1813, the East India Company. So, for example, they were just a company. See, like whatever company they are, like Britannia Company, that company, they were just a company. What they had were the monopoly to trade with India. Okay, and they got this monopoly from the government of Britain. So what they would say is that if you give only monopoly, if you only give me only when you give me monopoly, I will be able to generate profit and I can give you. This is what they said to British government and got the monopoly of trade. But the point is that in 1813, the British government was now thinking about these fellows are fit for nothing. We cannot give them. See, the point is that one is that misadministration and maladministration. Second is others wanted. See, other people also wanted. See, this India is like a diamond mine. So we also need a share from all these things. Only this company is taking away every money. We also want to be part. And hence what the British government did in 1813 was ended this monopoly. And your prelims, this is what you should see. When it was ended. And see, and the next point, there is a nuance here. The point is that they ended monopoly in India, but the East India Company retained trade with China and trade in tea. These two things you should note it. The point of whole thing will be the nuances. This is what you should note. And also see here, there is a 1 lakh rupee, that is 1 lakh rupee provided for what? Literature, learning and science. See, UPSC might give you something else, or something art or something like that. Literature, learning, and for learning they are giving, but this 1 lakh rupee, I don't think they never gave anything. But just for sake of things, in 1813, they have this concept where they are saying that they will give 1 lakh rupees. But see, that is the point. Please note it down. This was a question, because why this question can be confusing is that in 1833, go to the next column. In 1833, the company trade with China also ended. In 20 years ago, 1813, they ended the monopoly of the trade of monopoly with India. And